Howdy folks, George Shively back with you here. We are on a 1997 400 SeaRay Express Cruiser. We recently did a refit on a boat very similar to this. I believe it was a 95, and a customer saw our video and decided that maybe he wanted to do the same kind of thing on his boat. As you can see, some older equipment here, R41 XX radar. Gauges in the center. We're going to go ahead and replace the fascia as we did on the other job. It's just faded. We've got new fascia coming for this, so we'll go ahead and replace that. And then the equipment down here, we're going to end up keeping the GP7000 and the Ray Pilot, the Nav 398 Ray data, and the Raytheon 220 VHF radio. That will be all done away with and replaced. And of course we're going to make a new panel, a new fascia panel in this area, which will include the engraving for the systems monitor on the far right side there. So just kind of want to show you what things look like here before we get started, and we'll drop back a few times here in between to show you how we're making progress. Again, this is a 1997 400 SeaRay Express Cruiser, and we're about ready to get started with the refit. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll be back soon. Howdy folks, back on board the 400 Express Cruiser here. Just kind of wanted to drop in here real quick and show you what we're doing. We went ahead and removed the old R41 XX open scanner that was on top here, as well as the light bar that was attached to that, the standard SeaRay light bar, which after a number of years gets kind of wibbly and wobbly, and that needed to come off, so we went ahead and removed that. The two antennas that you see on the starboardmost side, the Furuno antenna and the satellite radio antenna, those are going to stay. We're going to keep the Furuno GP1700 on the boat. That's an excellent chart plotter. We'll probably keep that as a backup. The GPS antenna here that used to be on the port side of the arch, that's been removed, holes filled, and that's come off because the new GPS antenna is actually going to be concealed. You won't even see it. So we're just kind of doing a lot of wiring today, pulling out of old wiring, putting in a new wiring. We're going to go ahead and get the new Garmin dome installed. Have the arch open, as you can see, wires hanging out, and we're kind of working on some of the infrastructure here on the boat today. Not doing much on the helm. Helm is pretty much the same, but just doing some infrastructure. So I thought I'd show you what we're doing, and here's a look at that that light. Anyone who's got a SeaRay knows what this is. Again, it was great when it started, but they get wobbly, and they're kind of a pain to keep up. So we're going to replace that with a nice new aluminum, quarter-inch thick aluminum light bar that will never give any problems. And then of course we're going to get back into the helm here, pulling out some of the old wiring and putting in some of the new, because we're keeping some items and getting rid of the others. So we did get the new fascia material, so that's going to be in process of being laser etched for the systems monitor on the starboard side there. So just kind of wanted to stop by and show you what we're on to today. Stay tuned, we'll be back. Howdy folks, George Shively, South Shore Marine Electronics, back with you here. Just kind of wanted to drop in and show you some of the things we've been doing here. Most of what we've been doing down here has been isolated at this point to the main power bus, which you can see right there. Had to disconnect a lot of the old wiring, interface wiring, data wiring, and we've just kind of finished up with the main power wiring going to the block there. The two wires that you see hanging outside of the helm right here are interface wiring. That's going to go to the GPS and also to the autopilot. You can see in here that we've got our NEMA 2000 bus installed, and each leg of that bus labeled so we know what is what. Also what we did was we went ahead and installed a new amplifier for the customer, because the amplifier that was located in all places here, if you're familiar with the 400 helm, the amplifier was located down there, so very difficult to get to. So what we've done is we've relocated that to just inside the helm area. The new fascia panel is ready to go in. We've got to cut it, but it's engraved and done. And the way we're going to put that back in is we're going to do it in such a way that the whole panel will be removable. All of the connections to the gear will have quick disconnects on it, so that whole panel is removable. So from a serviceability standpoint, you'll be able to get into the helm as one should be able to, as opposed to, you know, not being able to pull the equipment out very far, or even be able to take the panel completely off, which you really really need to do to be able to work on the boat. So we're still got a lot of things taken apart here. The stereo amplifier was not something we were counting on, so that set us back a little bit, but that is working now. And you can also tell there what we did was, excuse me, all of the speakers are labeled so that we know what they are: left arch, right gunnel, left gunnel, subwoofer, so that, you know, everything is labeled, so that if you have to get into the helm again at another time, that's possible to do, and you know what you're looking at, so that's always helpful. So that's where we're at. Still have to redo the upper panel here. Got to make a fascia for where the new Garmin's going to go in this area, but we're making headway on the wiring. So the infrastructure is critical, so we always like to work on that first. So stay with us. We'll be back. Thank you. Howdy, folks. George Shively, South Shore Marine Electronics. What you're seeing here is the fascia panel for a 400 SeaRay Express. Really can't tell by the lighting here, but this is the old panel. We're going to go ahead and remove all of the gauges here and make a new fascia panel so that we'll match the existing that we've already redone, and put new electronics in on the boat. So just kind of want to show you what we have here, and obviously this is, you know, disconnected. All the wires have been taken off, and we're going to go ahead and make a new fascia panel, and then when that's done, we'll show you what it looks like and give you an idea of what the boat looks like when we get it put in place. So stand by, we'll be back. Folks, we're back. Just wanted to show you real quick here the new panel before we go ahead and put it inside the helm. The old panel didn't look so bad before. Ignore the dust on the front there, that's just a little bit of dust, but look at the overall color. That brown color is kind of what the end result of many years of sun fading is, and then you have the new fascia panel created, and has that nice orangey red tone to it. And those are the colors that usually go first when something gets sun faded, but you stand back here and you can see what looks nicer. So I just kind of want to show you that. We'll drop back here in a few minutes and show you what it looks like installed. Howdy folks, George Shively, South Shore Marine Electronics, back with you here. As you can see, there's the installation of the new gauge panel is complete, and it matches obviously the panel below that we engraved when we did the installation of the electronics for the owner. So everything kind of jives, looks fresh, looks clean, not all tired and old. If you remember the old panel, there it is. It's a little brown, a little tired. So we'll set that up there for the moment, and there's the new panel with the gauges in it. And over the winter time, the owner's planning on also replacing the switch panels, small and large switch panels on the port side. So that's it here on the 400. I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, George Shively, South Shore Marine Electronics. You can reach us at 216-407-6553 or by email at southshoremarineenelectronics@oh.rr.com. Thanks, folks, for watching.